Hey Kingdom, have you noticed? In Baldur's Gate 3 there's tons of different classes and subclasses, but no magic archer. So I decided to challenge myself to make some unique and fun builds that will destroy everyone as magic archer. And today I want to focus on Ice Cold Archer in Baldur's Gate 3 and created this monster. Coolest part, you don't need to wait long and can play it almost from the start of the game. But first of all, let's create our character.
It's finally happened. All right.
When you want to create archer, probably you're thinking about rogue, maybe a ranger, but today we will be playing as Paladin. Would have elf race for additional movement speed, because main playstyle will be to freeze our enemies, and also of vengeance subclass, with any background you will like, and starting stats will be completely different from basic. A little bit of strength to deal more than 0 damage with our mace, but main weapon is bow, so you need a lot of dexterity. We're maxing out it with 17 from +2 bonus, and we add +1 bonus into constitution to get 14 in this stat. For Paladin, main spellcasting ability is charisma, so we're getting 14 in it and 12 wisdom for saving throws against most common spells. And we already got pretty unique character. After you exit tutorial ship, you will be on the beach and already level 2. That's one of the most favorite Paladin levels, because you unlock smites. Insanely powerful enchantment of your attacks throughout the game. But here you need to make one choice, your fighting style, and it's pretty easy and straightforward for us right now. We're picking defense. And because our main weapon will be this cool long bow, spell list will be as followed. Shield of Face to be more protected and to not become priority target for our enemies. Command is great spell to control your enemies. Bless if we want more chances to hit with our weapons, and enchant weapons of our allies. And if you're still using melee weapon, you can use Divine Favor. Jumping forward a little bit, on level 3 we're picking Paladin again and unlocking greatest powers of Vengeance Paladin. This will make us broken already on level 3. But first of all, where we can get this awesome bow. That's another part that I really like about this build. We can really start playing it as soon as we exit the ship, because to get this bow you don't need to fight anyone. Just find your way to Walking's Rest, and right behind this sigil there will be a house on fire. Break the door, enter the house, break some more doors, and you will free Lady Floric. She gives a very hard choice, because there's Spell Sparkler, which is really one of the best quarterstaffs in the game for any wizard or sorcerer. So if you're okay to steal good items from your sorcerers, go with Jolt Shooter. Every time you hit an enemy you will get lightning charges, it will add chances to hit enemy and additional lightning damage, and when you accumulate some charges it will do a lot more lightning damage. So really strong bow too. But as you can see, I'm in the goblin camp right now, because we want to find Trader Grot. This little goblin got nice and cool items. But most importantly, this long bow +1, almost as powerful as Jolt Shooter. You will lose only 1d8 lightning damage every 5 attacks. But don't forget, we're building Ice Archer today. So another really important part in early game, if you want to roleplay and also be powerful, get some elemental arrows. Aaron the trader got these arrows, so just go to him every now and then and buy some ice arrows. And as Paladin you will get proficiency in all types of armor, so just slam best gear you can find. And with the shield you can get your armor class up to 20. But now let me explain you playstyle of this build right now. Before we will be able to just freeze whole field and transform our enemies into icy sculptures. And don't worry, it won't be too long before we will be able to do it. But right now you will have few options. The boring one is to just cast Shield of Face on you to get your armor class up to 22, but it's concentration spell, so you can cast only one at a time. Bless is also concentration spell, and with it you can get 10 turns of additional chance to hit your enemies. Command is really useful for controlling your enemies, but a lot of time will have really low success rate. So instead I recommend using most broken Vengeance Paladin spell, Woe Enmity. and Hunter's Mark. It's basically everything the archer can need. Hit chance is just 70%, cast for enmity on yourself. And now you'll get advantage for 10 turns on each attack. Also, it's just bonus action, like Hunter's Mark, that will add additional damage on each successful hit. And with advantage, hits will be more successful and also more likely will be critical hits. Look at the damage! And that's only on first shot. From the second shot, your bow will be charged with lightning. And yeah, don't forget to use ice arrows for additional 2d4 ice damage. And it will be rerolled on crit twice, so it will be 4d4 damage. Another really important stuff, don't forget to recast your Hunter's Mark, because after successful kill, you can recast it without consuming spell slots, which is really limited for your Paladin. So pretty easy, straightforward, really fun, and damage numbers is really fun too. And if enemies in the melee range, you still can use your mace to destroy them with Smite. We are Paladin after all. And Act 1 will be finished on level 4. That's where we get one more level in Paladin and can pick one feat. So there's two options right now. You can go for most stable way and just get +2 into dexterity. Also in Act 1 you can get +1 from the boss and max out your dexterity at 20. Or you can go into more damaging style and get sharpshooter. It will give you -5 penalty for attack rolls, but will give ability to inflict 10 more damage on hit, and this damage will add up really quickly. So make a choice. And jumping forward a little bit again, we pick in Paladin at level 5 too, to get great spells from Vengeance Paladin, Misty Step and Hold Person, but most importantly extra attack. With all these powers we will be ready to tackle down all Act 1 and Act 1.5, how I call Underdark and Mountain Pass. But that's where we need to get most important items for our build to become really insanely OP Ice Magic Archer from the start of Act 2.
Interesting if true.
Our first stop will be Underdark and Selenite Outpost. Don't go through the main gates, instead jump from this tower and you're interested in these petrified drows. But not in all though, you're interested in the drow named Dorn. And while he is not really powerful, sometimes chance to hit is really low. That's why if you picked Sharpshooter, I recommend going to your spellbook and get this passive on your hotbar so you can easily turn it on and off without consuming any actions. But most of the time you will be fine with Vow Enmity on yourself, and with turned on passive, you will just one-shot enemies like Dorn. He got lots of fun stuff, but most importantly we need icy health. Next stop is Saucer Tree. With another drow, he is a little bit more powerful, but we don't care. Because we got a really nice cool secret spell, Branding Smite. But Spot, we're using a bow, why do we need to use Branding Smite right now?
Pay attention, you just may learn something here.
Actually this smite got two versions, so just press on it and you will find a ranged smite to enchant your bow with additional 2d6 radiant damage, but be careful, it can break your concentration, and you will need to use it mostly for action economy, so Hunter's Mark and Icy Arrows for level 1 spell slots, and level 2 spell slots will be for Branding Smite. You will have more than enough until long rest. Anyway, take Icy Crystal from this draw and go straight to Myconid Colony, where we got 2 points of interest. First of all, the King of Mushroom Boys. And that's not him, by the way. The king is on top of big red mushroom, doing some shaman things, and you need to complete his quest to unlock this route, or just use Misty Step to teleport through it, because there's one more draw in here with the last item we need. So just take Icy Metal, double-click in inventory on any of these parts, drop all of them into Forge, and combine for legendary item. That will give additional cold damage every time we inflict cold damage. Also in Myconid Colony, talk with Blurk and make sure to complete his friend quest. You will need to deliver a few mushrooms to this bro, and you can easily get them in Arcane Tower. This will unlock ability to trade with Octopus. And make sure to buy Boots of Stormy Clamor from him. And there's one more really important item that you can get from Myconid Colony. If you team up with Sovereign Glut and do as he wish. But there's another more easy way to get this awesome item, so just go to Mountain Pass, and there will be a trader, Lady Esther. From her you want to buy Winter Clutches. Also, if you're not using medium or heavy armors, graceful clothes will be a nice purchase here. And you're almost ready to go to Act 2. But first go to Crochet Yelek and talk with Githyanki trader. We interested in arrows as always, but not these arrows. So let's quickly reset shop inventory.
This is a classic.
And to reset trader inventory, you just need to level up. On level 6 we're changing our class and taking 1 level in War Cleric, getting Thaumaturgy, Guidance and Light cantrips. It will greatly increase our success in dialogue checks. And for subclass, pick War Domain Cleric, with Create or Destroy Water and Healing Word spells. You can reset shop like this on every level up. And to do it without additional level ups, just respec your characters at Wizards. So arrow that we're looking for in Githyanki Crochet is Arrow of Many Targets. Now as War Cleric you can light up your bow. It won't become Icy Bow, but looks cool. But not as cool as other abilities we unlocked. So let's get into Inquisitor room to get one more item you can be interested in. This item is carried by exactly this Githyanki. So let's get it while I am explaining to you how broken our build on level 6. Normally guys like fighters in heavy armors need to wait level 11 to be able to do 3 attacks in 1 turn. But as War Domain Cleric, we can use War Priest extra attack charges to use our bonus action for 3rd attack. And all these attacks can be done with different arrows. For example, Arrow of Many Targets, with high hit and crit chance from WoW enmity, and 10 extra damage from Sharpshooter. Also don't forget, as a War Cleric you can use Create or Destroy Water. Considering we got lightning damage from our bow and icy arrows, our enemy will be vulnerable and take double damage from these sources. And also we create large circle of ice beneath him. And at the same time he will get 2 points of reverberation. And this will increase chances of him falling prone. It gives us ability to control battlefield like almost no other class, while at the same time unleashing crazy amount of damage. You will get this crown from Githyanki I mentioned, and every time we inflict condition, which is that or reverberation or other condition, we will get 2 stacks of arcane synergy, and this will add casting modifier to damage rolls, which will slightly increase your damage output, to finally reach Act 2 and become even more broken right from the get-go. And by the way, I tested this hat. While it's looking cool, it's using spellcasting modifier of last picked class. So for my build, it's Wisdom from Cleric, and we will need a lot better hat soon. Still, even right now, we are super powerful. Because every time we use Ice Arrow, it will inflict encrusted with frost from winter clutches on our enemy, which will add reverberation from our boots, and also ice surface beneath our enemy, so all enemies will be prone. Also, you will start to find enemies with Sanctuary. Don't forget you can use environment like this brazier that got no HP but can be targeted with Arrow of Many Targets, and it will ricochet from it and can easily target guys with Sanctuary. Also, when using smites with Mourning Frost, you can inflict Shield condition to make enemy vulnerable to ice damage. You will finish Act 2 around level 8 or 9, so let me explain how you will level up over there. Add 1 more multi-class, and we're picking Ranger right now. Favorite enemy won't matter. For Natural Explorer, I like to pick Urban Tracker. But if you're not using pickpocketing and lockpicking a lot, you can go with Wanderer Fire. On level 8 we unlock spellcasting for Ranger. We don't need a lot of spellcasting, so you can go with exploration stuff like Enhanced Sleep and Long Strider. Most importantly, pick fighting style archery, to further increase our chances to hit enemies with our bow. And on level 9 we will unlock Ranger subclass. We're going for Gloomstalker on this build. And finally, let's talk our items that will finish our build and make us really broken Ice Archer. Good news, you can get all of them from Act 2 without even fighting with anyone. First of all, in Last Light Inn you can buy a lot of cool arrows from Quartermaster Tali. Again, we're looking only for arrows of many targets right now, because now they will become insanely broken. All you need to do is to go inside Last Light Inn and go deep into the last door to the right. Succeed perception check near the bed and get insanely cool ring from these loose planks. Snowburst ring. Now you can go to Moonrise Towers and right in the main hall talk with Raw Moonglow to buy our favorite Drake Throat Glaive. Then get upstairs and try to sneak up in closed rooms. First room is this experimentation chamber. Use books on the top right of this shelf. This will light up this brazier, get heart from this dude on the ground, and put heart inside the brazier. This will unlock secret room with locked chests that you need to lockpick, and get our cool item called Brim Head. To get next item, use this lever to get out of this room and try to lockpick next door outside. To get access to the room with the dog, and now lockpick another door to get access to the sleeping room, with a chest that contains the last item we need. But even without last item, we already can freeze our enemies at this point, so as soon as level 6 enemies can become frozen, and we'll skip 2 turns. In this chest there is amulet that will inflict additional reverberation when you inflict in condition with ranged spell attack. Also not most important item, but you can buy cloak from Arash Abdulodra to make creatures dazed when they attack us with reverberation. And also it looks cool. And now just see how broken our character from the start of Act 2. Get Drake Throat Glaive in your hands. Drop bow on the ground. And then, by using Draconic Eyes Augmentation, cast it on your bow. Get Morning Frost and Shield in hands, and basically you're ready to go. Now you get a bow that will do additional cold damage on each hit. This will hit every enemy by using Arrow of many targets. And because we inflicting cold damage even with a bow, we will create circle around target. Morning Frost will add additional cold damage, while Winter Clutches will inflict encrusted with frost, which is condition that will trigger Boots of Stormy Clamor, and every target will be inflicted with reverberation. This will increase chances of enemies to sleep on ice. And also additional stack of encrusted with frost from our Cold Brim Head to our main target. All these shots will be really accurate because we got advantage from bow enmity, and insanely powerful from sharpshooter, and look like this. So arrow is shot and every enemy standing on the ice surface. Every enemy right now is inflicted with reverberation and encrusted with frost, and most likely will prone on the next turn. Also on our first turn we can do 4 attacks. 1 from Gloomstalker Ranger, 2 from our action, and additional attack from War Priest Charge, because we are War Cleric. All these attacks can be done with Arrow of many targets, which will basically cover whole battlefield in ice. But don't forget, every hit inflicting encrusted with frost. And every target needs to succeed saving throw, or will become frozen like this dude. So basically we can freeze all targets on the first turn. This archer is definitely can control battlefield solo, because prone enemies will just skip their turn and you can continue bombarding them on the next turn. If you don't need to control a lot of targets, don't forget you can just use Branding Smite to attack big bosses and solo targets. It will give more reverberation stacks and also shield, thanks to our Morning Frost. And finishing targets with Arrow of Ice now will make around 50 damage per hit, which leads to the sad frozen future for our enemies. And as you can see, we are pretty broken for these levels and can easily get to Act number 3. And there's few ways how you can make this build a little bit better. Coolest part that our item build is basically ready, and you can go with just best armor you can find. Or you can get this fun armor that I'm using right now on my character. Also in Act 3 you can buy Deadshot Bow, which is pretty nice and powerful one. To get this armor you need to help ladies in Wave Mother Temple, and this armor comes with Create or Destroy Water level 4, which creates large water surface. And after we shoot Arrow of many targets, this surface will become ice. Oh, that's magical. Enemies will fall prone left and right, while we can keep distance with Misty Step and shoot targets from the distance. Even with the bow from Act 1, damage will be insane when enemies are wet. But when they are frozen, it's even more sad for them, because now they are vulnerable to thunder, force and bludgeoning damage. As long as you're not inflicting this damage to them, they will be stay like this for 2 turns. So playstyle is understandable, items is simple, how we finish our build with levels. By the way, I got text version in my Discord, link in the description, but you can get 1 level in Ranger to get additional dexterity from your feet, or just finish with 3 levels in Paladin, it won't matter a lot. But there's one more cool tip for playstyle when doing this build. After destroying few enemies, find Shadow and enter Umbral Shroud. Then, without leaving the Shadow, try to find sneaky place. Enemies won't find you and it will end the combat, if you're in the combat alone right now. And you can start next turn by surprising your enemies with 4 attacks as the Gloomstalker Warcleric Paladin. So I hope you enjoyed this build as I did, and you will have blast playing it in Baldurs Gate 3. But also recommend watching these cool and unique builds on the screen right now for your party members. See you in the next videos.